The FTC is the security guard for America's consumers. If a company is lying to its customers about their products and what they can do, or teaming up with competitors to keep prices high, the FTC is the policeman on the beat and saying those things are not allowed here.
Would the senator from Washington State yield for a minute?
Yes.
I just want to thank the senator for her leadership on this issue. We all know that we have seen prices go way up, and we also all suspect that a lot of it is due to different kinds of gouging and manipulation. The FTC is about the best agency to look for this, but without Mr. Bedoya on the FTC, the chair and the members would be handicapped in moving that forward. So this is a really important motion to discharge. I'd hope anyone who cares about inflation and rising prices and collusion and all kinds of manipulation to prevent those prices from coming back down should be voting for this motion to discharge and the nomination. And once again, the senator from Washington has led the way on this issue, and salute her. This is a very, very important motion to discharge. I yield back to
Madam
the
President,
senator
I thank
from
the
Washington
Majority
State.
Leader for that concise documentation of what really the FTC is about. It's about getting somebody on there who's going to fight to protect consumers on issues. We know that we need the FTC now more than ever. We needed their muscle during the COVID pandemic as opportunistic scammers stole $5.9 billion out of the pocket of Americans. And that's just the reported amount. That doesn't include people who never knew that they were scammed or were too embarrassed to report what happened. So Congress, on a bipartisan basis, pumped up the FTC's power, and at the end of 2020, we passed the COVID-19 Consumer Protection Act to help root out promoters of dangerous fake treatments and cures. Second, we gave the FTC $30 million in the American Rescue Plan to promote and protect Americans against scams that targeted their COVID stimulus package. Last year, we confirmed the FTC chair, Alina Khan, with support from 21 Republicans in this body. And today we're talking about the next important step in protecting consumers, and that is moving to confirm Mr. Bedoya to fill the last seat on the Federal Trade Commission. Mr. Bedoya has the right experience we need to tackle the problems that we're facing right now, some of the most complicated and pressing issues regarding how to protect our privacy and protect children's online privacy. I say that because I heard my comments from my colleague about Mr. Bedoya and the fact that he issued various tweets about this or that in his time in the private sector. I guarantee you that if we voted for people based on what their tweets are, there would be a lot of people that wouldn't be approved at all, including some of the people that have been through this process. Mr. Bedoya served as the chief counsel of the U.S. Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Privacy, Technology, and Law. So I would say that as it relates to the FTC's ability to do something about reining in some of the bad practices that we see online, I think he's a very qualified person and individual. Mr. Bedoya graduated summa cum laude from Harvard and holds a law degree from Yale, where he served on the Yale Law Journal, and received the Paul and Daisy Soros Fellowship for New Americans. So I think that Mr. Bedoya is a person who has dug in on a variety of issues and has the experience and leadership in one of the most critical areas, technology, that the FTC is dealing with today. So I encourage my colleagues to support him. That is why he is supported by the current Republican FTC commissioners. They also support his nomination. They say they recognize his willingness and expertise and ability to reach across the aisle and find common ground on solutions that work for people. It is that skill set that we're looking for at the FTC to help hardworking Americans get a fair shake in the marketplace, whether that's at the pharmacy, the gas pump, or online. And I know that as a proud immigrant, Mr. Bedoya will also use his role to expand the FTC's work in underserved communities. The FTC needs to be able to protect all Americans, and to accomplish that, we need to have a commission that is not deadlocked now, but has somebody like Mr. Bedoya who can help us move ahead on these issues. His experience working, as I said, in the Judiciary Committee in 2009, he co-founded the Esperanza Education Fund, an immigrant status for college scholarship for immigrant students and has been working in various issues within the community. Right now, we need an FTC that is going to look at the market systems and make sure there is fair competition, to make sure that consumers are protected and that there is a level playing field. I think his experience here on the Hill understands exactly what that is. He's testified before Congress and state legislatures and appeared in numbers of publications about these critical issues on privacy and on the online world in which we need to have more oversight. So Mr. Bedoya's experience on, as I said, data privacy, specifically the internet and making it a safe place for children. He exposed racial bias in facial recognition software, helped to protect innocent people from prosecution, and companies that have already collected data on millions of Americans. We need that kind of expertise that Mr. Bedoya knows and understands how we're using that today and what we can do to better protect the American consumer.